All right. Go ahead, Ava.
Okay. Like when you want to start reading the Bible, where do you start? Like when you want to start reading it a lot and getting into it, where do you start? Like I don't want to just open up a page randomly.
Okay.
I want to know what I'm reading.
Excellent.
Where do you start reading the Bible?
I usually start with page 1. Just kidding. Just joking.
There is no uniform answer for this. It'll depend on your personality. Some people, it is that straight through cover to cover that's going to go for them. Some people cannot sit through that. If you're not a big reader, I would suggest start with something light. Start with one of the Gospels, maybe the Gospel of Mark is the small one. Or what I've done in darker times when I just really need to get back in the Word is read a chapter of Proverbs and a Psalm. Because those tend to be short reads and they're not deep, but they just kind of get it going and just kind of get you in the presence of the Lord, receiving the Word. And then you can kind of push yourself out there as it goes.
It's according to what you're looking for as well. And it's according to where you're at in your relationship with Christ. If you want to know about Jesus, which would be a great place to start, I would recommend probably going to the Gospel of John. I think that's a really, really good gospel. It's very understandable, and it will tell you the life of Jesus, which is a great one. For me, anybody want to take a guess what my favorite book is? James?
Romans.
Yeah. So I love James. It was close. I like James. James, you can literally start from chapter 1. Anybody know how many chapters are in James? 5 chapters. You can finish it all in 20 minutes. So you could say, I read a whole book of the Bible. You could do that in 20 minutes. But keep in mind, one of our favorite things to say is not from me, but you never read the Bible to finish. Always read the Bible for change. That's exactly right. So you don't have to read a whole chapter. You don't have to read a whole book. You read and God reveals himself to you. And it might be 3 words into the first verse. So don't read it to finish it. Always read it to change. And the question that I always like to pray about and ask of God before I start reading is, God, what is it that you want me to get from this? So there's a lot of places that you could start, but I would recommend if you're wanting to find out about Jesus, I would go to John. If you want a really kind of a day-to-day how we should live our life, I think James is a good chapter for that. I mean, it's a good book for that as well.
I'm in complete agreement, especially with the last part he said. Well, I guess it really wasn't the last, but when you go to read the Bible, pray first. And if and a lot of times when I'm in my quiet time and I'm praying or I'm reading scriptures, sometimes I just feel like I'm reading words on a page. And that's where I have to stop and just really ask God to help me focus and allow it not to just be words and not just come in and not do anything. Like he was saying, we don't read the Bible to finish, we read the Bible to change. And so that's a great quote. And it's true. Because if we start reading just like any other book, just to get from cover to cover, which a lot of times school books, I know, I did that with. It's cover to cover because I wanted to get done with it. That's why I didn't do very well in school. Yeah, just if you start reading anywhere, like we were saying, but like one of the Gospels or something like that, very, very great read, great place to start, and just being able to not look at it as something that's just reading. Being able to actually look at it as studying and chewing on it, reading it over and over, trying to figure out what it's saying, because there's a lot of stuff in there you're going to go, what does that mean? Especially Song of Solomon. I read that and I'm like, what is the goat, her hair is like goats coming down a mountain. What in the world is he trying to say there? So that kind of stuff is very easy to look at. You know what, I'm skipping over there.
Very, very much.
It's true. She's like I love you. Yes, goats and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, yeah, great question. Who else?
I want to add.
Oh, sorry, Dave.
I want to add on that.
I keep forgetting about you over there, Dave.
It's okay. It's alright. I'm very quiet. You do eventually need to read it because Hollywood didn't. Okay, And if you were to take anybody and just read it, and you could sit down with Hollywood and go, what did you do? Why did you do that? Okay? They took too much liberty and too much license with a lot of the movies that have come out, especially recently. So you do need to read it, because there are people putting stuff out there now, and it's not in the book. It's not in the traditions, and it's not in the history, and everybody's scratching their head going, okay. So you gotta be careful. There's some people telling you some lies out there.